Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. We start with chapstick here. This is the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy because I'm hella entertaining. Yes, I do curse on my channel sometimes. The troll because number one, there is no such thing. So I'm not really saying I'm a troll, even though I say I'm a troll. I'm not. And if I say I am, I'm like, I'm a cute ass troll because I know I'm adorable. Anyway, it's part of the crazy, just going tangents and rangents. Tants and rangents. Rants and tangents. And that's part of the crazy too. I say stuff and I'm like, that didn't make sense. Rants and tangents. Troll. Cute troll. Troll also because just to make a little bit of fun of the perfection aspect of the beauty community that says you must use this, you must use that, you have to apply it this way, this is what you need to do. Slim your nose, chisel your cheeks, get rid of whatever this is, you know, conceal everything on your face that's imperfect. First of all, you're perfect the way you are. This channel is about self-acceptance, self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to because we love playing in face paint, but not feeling like you need to do something because somebody else has whatever expectation they have of you. No. Love yourself for how you look and for who you are. That's the concept of the Crazy Troll Nation. I'll show you what else we do here on this channel. I tried for the first time, so this is first impressions. The ABH, what is she called? Magic Touch Concealer. Yeah, my go-to is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Someone recommended I try the ABH because I love the NARS so much. And I'm going to swatch it because when I purchased the ABH, I swatched the tester in the store and then I swatched Caramel, which is just a tad off for my skin tone, which is fine because it goes under my eyes and around my nose, the creases under my nose. So in the store, they looked alike, but here they don't. And most of you know Sephora lighting. I don't know what kind of lights they got, but in the store it looked the same. The color didn't bother me because for concealer, you put it on and then you may or may not put foundation on top of it. So that didn't bother me. So I did try it today. First impressions, don't like it. I'm wiping this off my hand because I'll forget and lean on something and be like, why is there a brown spot there? Very thick. First of all, let me show you again, and I already put the NARS away. I wanted to give it a fair shot because when you use something, well, I'll speak for me. When I use something for a long time, I get used to that product. And this is the ABH. This is the NARS. Let me do it like this so you can see it. I like the shape and size of the NARS. This is the NARS. This is the ABH. And I'm like, holy cow, like this thing is huge. And I get that some people do the whole triangle thing. This would be great for that. I don't. I do a line here and like a small line over here. I don't need a huge applicator. But I said, you know what? It's not about the applicator. It's about the product. And so I did use this. It was challenging. And I did scrape a lot off. It was challenging just to get, you know, a line here. And here I just tapped it. But even putting a line here, it like went all the way up on the corner of my nose. Like I said, I don't do the triangle thing. I do like a little line here and a line there. And if you watched any of my tutorials when I actually did a full face, you'll see what I mean when I say how I apply it. So this was difficult to just do a little bit. And I did notice, this is thick. This is thick. And I said, all right, it's okay. It's going to be okay. And so I did my line, did a dot, did a line, did a dot. Let me back up. I put on additional eye cream underneath and then eye primer underneath. It's a technique that's supposed to help your concealer not crease as much. So I did that, waited a few seconds in between, and then I applied the concealer. And this was still thick and dry. And I'm thinking I've put extra moisture under here. And I said, okay, let me just keep going. And so I, you know, patted it out. It didn't want to move much. And maybe because I only put a little bit, but I don't cake on concealer anyway, or foundation for that matter. And it was hard to blend out. I was able to blend it out though. As soon as I was done blending it out, because I pat here, pat here, and then I sweep underneath. So I don't put concealer directly here, but whatever residuals on the brush from tapping here and here, I do sweep underneath. It started creasing right away. And I'm like, holy cow, like this is some thick, serious stuff here. And as I said, I had extra moisture under there. So I'm like, this is, I don't know about this here. And so I did my foundation, and I went through with the concealer brush again and patted it out because it had already settled into my creases in like less than 5 minutes. And I'm just like, oh. So I patted it out again with the concealer brush I used, and then I powdered under my eye first and then lightly powdered the rest of my face. So first impressions, color-wise, I think it's good. Color-wise, I think it's good. Aside from not liking the wand, to me, this is thicker than I like it to be, and it's drier than I like it to be. And I'm going to get up close. Look at my under eyes. It is like already cracked and creased. You see inside my lines? Even though when I don't do that, you can't see it. To me, it looks like it accentuates my lines. And if I were to look up, you can see where it's settled in already. And when I lightly pull down, you can see, especially here, you can see where it's settled in already. And this has only been on, I think, 15 minutes at this point. And I did set it with powder, excuse me. So it's like, what is this gonna look like in a half hour or an hour or 2 hours? This is dry. If you don't have wrinkles and you do the whole triangle thing and your skin is not dry, I do think this would work for you. But for someone like me with like normal under eyes and wrinkles, this is too thick. And it is settled in real quick, really quick. And I was just like, whoa. And I'm looking in the mirror like, damn, I just put it on. It's creasing already. Like I didn't even finish blending it out. I did one eye and then started the other eye, and the first one started creasing. I'm like, damn. So yeah, I'm repeating myself. I'm going to go just a really quick review on this. The ABH Magic Touch Concealer. It wasn't magical for me, and that's okay. You know, we experiment and we learn. That's it for this video. Fenty 30% off sale, bundle deal, primer, foundation, and the full-bodied foundation brush. I like the finish of the Fenty foundation. They do not have a shade for me. I am wearing it today. I like this foundation better when I use a dense brush, such as their full body foundation brush. I realized when I used this foundation with the Scott Barnes brush, it looked like the foundation was a little patchy. And so I said, I'll try it again with a dense brush. And so I used it with the one I have that's already clean today. And this was the result. I did use the primer. My skin does not have an issue with the Fenty primer or foundation. And I am an Estee Lauder girl because it nails my undertone. But sometimes you just want something different. You know what I'm saying? And you want something different that works, and so that you have options. And previously when I tried the Fenty foundation, when it first came out, the shade match thing, the shade finder matched me to number 310 and also 330. But the 310 turned pinkish and the 330 turned a little red. Now sitting here in my apartment, it looked fine. But when I went out in natural light, it was just too pink. One was too red. And I'm just like, what the hell? I think it's something with the either the undertone of the foundation or it oxidizes. And I tried 370 because someone here on YouTube, they wear 4 in 2 in the Estee Lauder double wear stay in place makeup, which is what I wear. And I can also wear the 4W1. I can wear either one all year round, but she wore 370. And so I said, oh, okay, I'll try that. It was way, way, way too dark for me. So I was like, oh. So I called in and asked to exchange it for the 345 because I'm looking on the Fenty site. I'm looking at how they're described. I'm looking at what it looks like. And this one, I believe it said for tan skin with warm olive undertones or something. And I know my undertone is wonky. My undertone is not even around my entire face. And so I got it, and that's what this is. When I first put it on, it looks really nice, and I do believe it oxidizes. And one thing that surprises me is that for some reason, even though it's a soft matte, I thought it was more matte. And I remember it being matte before. Like this was, well, whenever they first came out. So we're talking about years and years ago. But I noticed the other day when I tried it, and I used it with Basic Beauty Smooth and Blur Primer Translucent. This came in Ipsy. And I thought, well, maybe that's why my face was shiny. And you can see now my T-zone is oily. And even over here, like my face is kind of shiny. And here usually does get oily. But even like, I seem to remember this being more mattifying, and I remember not being shiny. In the video I did with Fabulous 50ocity, I had wore this that day with this primer, and while she was talking, I took a powder brush and powdered my face down, because when I was looking at myself, I'm like, geez, I look shiny. Like I usually don't look shiny. And if I do look shiny here, it's because of my highlight. And even like under my eyes were shiny, my T-zone was shiny, this whole area. And like I said, this part normally gets shiny, but like all of this, I was just like, it was too much. And so she's talking and I'm powdering down my face. And so today when I used it with the Fenty primer, and the same thing happened. And so let me know, like, is this something with me, or is this just not mattifying like I remember it being? And also, does yours oxidize on you? And I did go to Sephora today, and I did look at 340. 340 is red. And I was just like, that is not going to work. And she said, well, what about 330, 320, or 310? And I said, well, I tried the 310 and 330. 310 was too pink. 330 turned red. And this one to me, and at the time I only had it on about an hour, excuse me. She looked at it. She said, well, it looks nice. I said, it does look nice when I first put it on, but the longer it's on, the darker it seems to get. And when I look at myself even now, this to me is my summer tan face. But when I first put it on, it does look like a really good match, even though you can tell from my eyelids that the foundation is a different shade. It's still, you know, you can still just kind of be like, oh, okay, whatever. But it's less noticeable when I first put it on. But after an hour and as time goes on, it gets like it is now. And so I am going to keep using it, and I'll probably just use it for videos, because as I said, when I first put it on, it does look nice. I will not wear it out because it does oxidize, and also it gets oily, and I'm not one that powders down. Like, I've never been that girl. The worst thing with other foundations, I would just take a tissue and pat it, but I don't repowder, I don't fresh up. I'm just not that type of person. I just want to put it on and it looks decent all day. And so for that reason, this will not be a foundation that I would put on and wear out, because I would be self-conscious and think, okay, it's shiny, I need to go powder, I need to blot, I need to do this. And to me, that's just too much. I just want to put stuff on and it works. I don't want to have to keep checking on what my face is looking like. And so that's my review, my experience with the Fenty primer and the Fenty foundation. The very best thing about it is it does not irritate my skin, and I do have sensitive skin. And so for me, anytime I try a new product and my skin is okay with it, that's a win in my book. And I was going to say if summer goes on, I'll wear it more, but it's still COVID. And so I'm not planning on going a lot of places where I can say this will be perfect once I do have a tan. So I'm going to end this here. Let me know your thoughts. Does your shade oxidize on you? Have you been able to find your perfect shade? And it's just ironic to me that there are 50 shades and I don't have a match. And I don't mix because I never get the mix right consistently. So yes, I'm going to go. Let me know your thoughts on that. Does it mattify for you? Does your face still get shiny? And also, were you able to find your match? And does it oxidize on you? So that's my review, my experiences. My skin is not even oily, just this area. So like all of this, that's new for me. I'm really going to go. I'm repeating myself. I know I am, and I'm sorry. We're talking about the Danessa Myricks. Oh, what is the actual title of this product? Infinite Chrome Micro Pencil. And this shade is I don't know. I think it was like Charoite or whatever. I'll put it somewhere over here or up here what it is, but it's a dark purple. And I like purples for my lower lash line. I like a lot of colors for my lower lash line, but purple, I think it just brings out my eye color a little bit, as well as like a dark blue. So that's why, excuse me, I got the purple. And someone recommended that I try this. So Sephora sale, okay, I'll try it. I did try it once. We're going to put it on again today. And of course, we're going to compare it to my go-to eyeliners for waterline and also lower lash line to put on color as a base before I put a shadow under there. The NYX retractable eyeliners. And so we're going to compare my go-to to Danessa. Packaging wise, it looks similar, but yo, y'all going to be like, what? So we're going to put on it, first of all, well, let's put it on to see how it looks, and then we'll get into my thoughts. And if this freaks you out, I'm sorry, like the way this looks. This is a pencil. This is, well, I'm not even, yeah, I'm going to show you how much product is in here because it may or may not matter when we get to the numbers. This is the product in here. So from here to here is the product, which doesn't matter because most eyeliners, that's what you get is the length of this. And so it is thin. It is more of a pencil. It does, because it's so thin, when it rubs my eyeball, I can feel it and it feels like it's scratching my eyeball, even though it's really not. And so this is what I do with the NYX, as you'll see. Stop and blink when you need to. So that's how it looks there. I'm hesitant to put it on my upper lash line because this is where I usually can feel it if the pencil rubs against my eyeball, because I can't see the line as clearly as I can see my lower waterline. And so I'm going to stop here because I can feel it rubbing against my eyeball. And we're also going to, I don't know why I got up like that. This is a mirror down here that I always seem to forget is here. And it's like right in front of me, like literally. And so we're going to put this under here. It is a little more rough than the NYX. And as I don't know how else to say it, except it is more like a pencil, like a writing pencil, the way it feels and also the way it looks when it has the point on it. So this is what this looks like. Looks nice, right? Yes, it does. And I love the packaging, like it's so cute, the holographic thing they got going on. Let me get a Q-tip because I feel my eyes starting to tear. So I'm going to open this again to do a quick comparison with what the NYX one looks like. And this one I have been using, but this is the product you're getting here. So again, you're getting, it looks like the same, almost the same amount of product because the product is the length from the base to the top. So it looks like it's almost about the same, right? Let me screw this all the way up again. I would apologize for seeming out of it, but I'm kind of always like this. So this is what you get. Keep in mind, I have been using this one already. And so you can tell Danessa is a lot slimmer. NYX is a chunky monkey like me. So we're going to put Danessa away. And I'm just hoping I'm not going to drop either one of these because that would break the point off completely. And I am clumsy like that. So we're going to wind that down. So we're going to put the lid back on Danessa. And we're going to put the NYX on my lower waterline. It is a lot smoother. I don't know if it's smoother because it's thicker, but that went on a lot quicker because it's smoother. And so my mirror down here, do my upper waterline. This one, I do not feel it touching my eyeball like I did with Danessa's. But when it does, it's so smooth, it's not bothersome. Whereas Danessa feels like it was scratching my eyeball. And that went on a lot easier, as you see. So, oh, almost forgot my lower lash line. And so we're going to just run this under here. I don't know why I keep sitting up like that. You know what? It's a habit. That's why. I love how I say I don't know something and then I give a reason for it. And I think that's a habit as well. Because our first instinct is like, oh, I don't know. But then when you take a moment and it's like, oh, well, that's why. And so that's how that looks. I have a cluster of eyelashes right here that are clumped together, and it makes it look like my liner is thicker in that spot, but it's really not. That's the way my lashes are. So let's get into the details. All right, y'all, this tripped me out. This tripped me out because I was also, first of all, I was on the fence because of how pokey this feels, meaning I can feel it if it touches my eyeball, because it's, like I said, it's like a pencil, where this one, as you saw, it's thicker and it's smoother than this one. A good thing, this did not irritate my eyes. And this is a waterproof, is it? This is a waterproof eyeliner as well, and so is the NYX one. And usually, yes, waterproof, smudge proof, blah, blah, blah. And so is the NYX. And usually waterproof stuff irritates my eyes, but these don't. This one didn't, so I was really happy about that. Here's the details. I like the look of this. I like the look of this. I like the look of this. Did not irritate my eyes, always a bonus. I will continue to use this. I will not repurchase it, and I will not repurchase other colors. I'll tell you why. This is $22. It's good for 12 months. You get 0.005 ounces of product. I'm looking at my notes down here. NYX, $6.50. It's good for 36 months. You get 0.01 ounces. So you get significantly more product, and it's good for 3 years for a fraction, like 1/3 of the cost of this one. So again, $22 for Danessa, $6.50 for NYX. This is good for 12 months. NYX is good for 36 months. This Danessa, 0.005 ounces. NYX, 0.01 ounces. Which is the better deal? NYX. You get a lot more product. It lasts longer. And is inexpensive. So, I do like Danessa's. I like the look. I like the effect. But just based on the numbers, I would not repurchase it. I'm going to take an eyeliner pencil. Both of these are Esam V09, and I'm just going to smudge that out a little bit underneath for no other purpose than just to smudge it. Switching pencils. And usually I don't smudge it because I usually just put eyeshadow on top of it. Right now I have a piece of hair on my face. And also, the feeling of applying Danessa was pokey. I like the color, as I said, I like the effect. Switching back to the pencil I used for the Danessa side. And they both smudge out really well. Yeah, so that is it for this video. I'll say it one more time. $22, $6.50. 12 months, 36 months. 0.005 ounces, 0.01. You get a whole lot more for a whole lot less for a longer period of time with NYX. And so yes, again, I will continue to use this one. I will not repurchase this. I will not purchase any more colors. And that's it for this video. Let me know what you think if you have used the NYX, and also if you used Danessa's eyeliners, and let me know your thoughts. And if you've been using Danessa's, hearing the numbers, do you think you'll try NYX? Or do you think you'll just stick with Danessa's? Packaging wise, Danessa's is the bomb. Like that, like the packaging is awesome. But I'm not paying all that money for just the packaging and a little bit of product when I have something that works just as well and actually feels better going on. So let me know your thoughts on both of these. And that's it for this video. So thank you for being here. And today is April 4th. You'll see it whenever it's uploaded. I don't know. So thank you for being here, and you will see me in the next video.